This is Politics as Usual. I'm Pia Ontiveros. At least 6 names are reportedly on the list of contenders for Speaker of the House of Representatives. And it's all going to boil down to 2 things: numbers and who the president will support. I spoke with 2 re-electionist congressmen, one who's trying to make a not very enthusiastic comeback as Speaker, and the other, his fellow PDP Laban member. Bebot Alvarez, former Speaker of the House, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah, you have this smile on your face. It is the smile of the one who won the elections by a mile. And you beat very handily the Del Rosarios on all fronts.
By the grace of God.
But now you're here because we're going to talk about the race for the speakership of the House of Representatives. And I want first with you to go through the list of candidates. So, of course, andon sa listahan yung Lord Alan Velasco. He's PDP Laban also, hindi ba?
Yes, that's right.
And he is somehow seen as a strong contender. Is that accurate?
Well, lahat naman yan, Pia. Malalakas na contenders yan. Ano? Like Lord Alan, then Alan Peter, and Martin Romualdez, Dong Gonzales. Malalakas lahat yan.
Let's talk first about Lord Alan Velasco. So, PDP Laban, like you were saying, no, everybody is a strong contender. But sino ba talaga yung matunog doon sa PDP Laban?
Well,
bukod sa'yo, bukod kay Lord Alan.
Last, nagkaroon kami ng dinner nung patawag ni Senator Coco Pimentel. So, napagkasunduan sa partido na kung sino man yung i-endorso ng aming chairman ng
na
party.
Si President Duterte.
Yes, yun ang susundin namin. Yun ang susuportahan namin.
Okay, so in other words, everyone will bow to the wishes of President Duterte. And it is not yet going to be announced until, well, several days before the opening of session, right? What we're looking at is hindi naman pwedeng magkagulo on the floor, right? Hindi po ba, Congressman Bebot, diba? This is something that will be agreed on before, days before the opening of session.
Yes, kasi yung SONA dapat, that's the day of the president. So dapat kung ano man yung mga kailangan gawin muna before the scheduled SONA.
At hindi tulad na nangyari last year na that was the day you were unceremoniously unseated as Speaker of the House. At medyo naantala na nga by about an hour. Of course, there's you, there's Dong Gonzales of Pampanga. However, hindi siya masyadong kumbaga kilala, hindi pa masyado matunog yung pangalan niya eh. Ang matunog ngayon kasi ay yung Lord Velasco. And then your name.
Si Dong naman matunog yan among the congressmen. Kasi magkakakilala naman kami. In fact, si Dong, I think bumalik na yan, nakaubos yan ng 3 terms. Tapos pang second term na naman niya ito.
Yeah.
Para doon sa second set.
But what would be his claim to fame? You know, what could he say na nagawa ko na ito, kaya kong maging Speaker of the House, ito yung mangyayari kapag ako'y naging Speaker?
Well, familiar naman siya dun sa trabaho ng Speaker.
Are you still a strong contender? Are you a front runner?
Well, para sa akin, hindi ako masyadong excited para maging Speaker. To tell you honestly. Dahil nga nakakalito, nahihilo na rin ako.
Nahihilo ka sa ano, sir?
Ang daming nagkiklaim na meron na silang blessings from the President.
Yeah.
Ako naman, hinahayaan ko na lang yan. And tignan lang natin kung mapili tayo. Maraming salamat. At paglilingkuran natin ng maayos yan.
Yeah.
Kung hindi naman, maraming salamat pa rin dahil mawawalan tayo ng sakit sa ulo.
Kasi hindi naman pwedeng on the day of botohan, on the last Monday of July when Congress opens, hindi pwedeng 2 o 3 ang kandidato ng PDP Laban. Isa lang yan.
Yes.
Right?
That's true.
So in other words, there is that possibility when the 18th Congress opens, there will be only 1 candidate for PDP Laban, and it is possible that it is not you.
Yes, very much.
Okay. Well, let's talk about Lord Alan Velasco again, because he has, apparently, he has some sort of, or he has the backing of Sara Duterte Carpio, the mayor of Davao City, and re-elected mayor of Davao City, the president's daughter. She apparently had some involvement in your okay, let's not call it your unseating, but the installment of Gloria Arroyo as Speaker of the House last year, no? And he seems to be, because of that backing of the President's daughter, para bang front and center siya. Tama ba? Or is it just perception?
Hindi ko alam, Piano, but tingin ko ay malaking weight din yun. Kung sino yung susuportahan ni Mayor.
Okay. Yeah. But between Lord Alan Velasco and another second Alan Cayetano, Nationalista Party, but still the President's running mate in 2016. He was congressman before he became senator, tapos naging Secretary of Foreign Affairs dahil na-appoint siya ni Presidente. At ngayon, bumalik ng Kongreso. Pero, syempre, alam naman po natin lahat na kung babalik ka ng Kongreso at galing ka ng, syempre, Sec4A, SFA, para bang preeminent cabinet position yan, number 1 ka, nagsenador ka na't lahat. Alam naman, babalik ka ng congressman at hindi ikaw magiging speaker, di ba?
Marami namang ganyan na like, for instance, no, si Pia Cayetano, bumalik sa Congress, hindi naman siya naging speaker.
Yeah.
Tapos ngayon si Senator Ligarda.
Oo. Who also is supposed to be a contender, hindi ba? For the speakership. Oo.
Malakas din yun kung talagang tutuloy.
Yeah, okay. Well, there's another name, no? Martin Romualdez, although lakas CMD. So, reportedly he will throw his hat into the ring. But then, kasi syempre, para maging minority leader ka, kailangan tumakbo ka para sa speaker. Tapos, kung ikaw ang makakakuha ng less number of votes, ikaw minority leader. Ganun ba yun?
Ganun
is
yan.
that going to be the
second highest.
Oo. Parang isa yan sa pag-uusapan, hindi po ba, sir? Na aayusin, no? To make sure na walang gulo, walang violence. The manner of speaking.
Depende kung maaayos nga. Oo. Kung maaayos, okay. Kung hindi naman, wala tayong magagawa.
Yeah, okay. Lauren Legarda, we mentioned her already, no, NPC, but she's supposedly interested in the speakership also.
Welcome naman lahat, Pia. Mas marami, mas okay.
Bakit?
Merrier.
The more the merrier. You mentioned different parties. So of course there's PDP Laban, Lakas, NPC, NUP, which is another, well, some people are saying, some observers are saying, medyo may pagka-power block din ito.
Oh yes, including party list group.
Plus the party list group. Pero itong NUP, saan siya pupunta?
Hindi ko pa alam. Siguro nag-aantay din ng kung sino yung
mapipili ni Presidente.
Parang ganon.
I just have one question about this claim of yours that at least 2 contenders for the speakership had offered money. I just have one question about this claim of yours that at least 2 contenders for the speakership had offered money. So one is kalahating milyon, yung isang milyon, tapos may pirmahan, gano'n. Nung kayo ay tumakbo para sa pagka-speaker in 2016, walang ganon?
Walang gastos yun.
Walang gastos. Ni isa sa inyo na naging kandidato for speaker ay nagbayad
wala po,
or nagbigay ng pera?
Wala po.
So ngayon lang, so hindi yan kalakaran ng
No.
Sa House of Representatives?
Hindi po.
Okay. And of course, you've already said that you're not going to say kung sino ang mga ito.
Yeah. Kaya nga medyo mainit nga yung labanan ngayon. Kaya sabi ko, hindi ako ganun ka-enthusiastic. Kasi ayoko namang lumaban ng ganun.
Yeah. Oo. Have you heard about this? Well, it's a report, no? That at the end of the day, it's going to come down to two contenders, Lord Alan Velasco and Alan Cayetano. Have you heard that?
Well, narinig ko na rin yun. May mga political analyst daw na nagsabing ganun nga yung magiging senaryo. Sa akin naman, okay na rin yun. Kung ganun man talaga, well, as long as kasama yung PDP Laban doon.
Okay, who is Lord Alan Velasco, represented by Lord Alan. However, if we go, let's go further, because the talk is that it's going to be a term sharing agreement. Is that correct? Is that correct
Pero
information?
alam mo yung term sharing, kalokohan yan eh.
But it's been done in the
Remember-
Senate. It's been done many times.
Remember, this is not about the speakership. This is about the country.
If it was not, kung para sa'yo hindi dapat maging term sharing to, who should it be? Who should the speakership go to? Lord Alan Velasco,
depende
PDP
kung sino
Laban,
yung-
or
depende kung
Alan
sino yung
Cayetano?
manalo. Depende kung sino yung manalo.
Okay. Although Alan Cayetano is NP.
Hindi madaling mag-change ng leadership. Hindi madali.
Yeah.
Especially 3 taon lang yan. So,
Although term sharing has happened in the Senate.
Yes,
You've had two
yes,
Senate presidents in one
pero
3-year
unfortunately
term.
I don't look at it that way.
In terms of votes, in terms of numbers, sino ang may numero?
Sa ngayon, pwedeng mag-claim kahit sino na may numero eh. Pero again, kagaya ng sinabi ko, magbabago lahat yan. Pag sinabi ng ating Pangulo, ito yung susuportahan naming kandidato ng PDP Laban. Kasi siya yung chairman ng party, ng PDP. So palagay ko naman magbabago lahat.
Yeah. Well, may isa pang balita, and this is just my last question. May isa pang balita na meron na raw sinabi si Pangulo.
Maraming balita eh. Na yung mga aspirants nga nung position, sinasabi nila na sinabihan sila na. Tapos biglang ang Pangulo ay nung kagabi ba yun, sinabi niya na wala naman siyang pinipili pa.
At sinabi rin
At
niya
gusto
yung...
niya mag-neutral lang.
Oo. At sinabi rin niya yung kung mag-i-insist daw si Pulong, yung anak niya, na tumakbo para sa pagka-speaker, magre-resign daw siya. So ayaw niya, no?
Napanood ko rin yun.
Oo. At hindi contender si Paulo Duterte.
Malamang dahil sinabi na rin ni Congressman Paulo doon sa sa Facebook account na hindi siya tatakbong speaker.
Congressman Bebot Alvarez, thank you very much for being with us today.
Maraming
Salamat po, sir. Thank you. Joining us now is Congressman Rufy Biazon, the fight for the speakership of the House of Representatives. You're with the PDP Laban. Sino magiging kandidato? And of course, I mean, we're not talking about multiple candidates of PDP Laban on the day that Congress opened session, right? On the last Monday of July this year, when the 18th Congress opens. Who's it going to be?
Well, we had a meeting. Our party had a meeting almost 2 weeks ago. And presented to us were 3 aspirants from within the party. Of course, I was expecting that there would be some sort of guidance in the party on which direction we will go to. But ang nasabi lang basically is we will consult with the president.
At siya mamimili.
We are with the party of the president and dapat lang naman kumuha kami ng guidance dahil ang legislative agenda ng presidente yung trabaho namin.
Yeah. And sino yung tatlong aspirants na ito?
Well, it was former Speaker Bebot Alvarez, Lord Alan Velasco, and Congressman Dong Gonzales of Pampanga.
Yeah, okay. And right now, do you have a personal preference? Or you do have one, but you're not going to tell us who it is because you'd rather wait for what the president is going to say?
Meron akong initial, syempre, na parang liking. Pero as what I've done in any other speakership selection, pinag-aaralan ko rin yung mga aspirants. Ang nakalagay naman kasi sa constitution natin, no? It's just a vote by a majority of congressmen. Right. Even sa rules of the House, ganun din ang sinasabi. So, strictly speaking, wala naman sinasabing party lines. Unlike, for example, selection ng membership sa committee o sa commission on appointments, binabanggit ang partido. Sa selection ng speaker, it's really supposed to be a selection by the members of the House of Representatives. Kasi siya ang magiging leader namin. First among equals. So, minaaral ko rin. Of course, ang unang consideration ko, yung partido ko.
But of course, we're not going to have 2 or 3 candidates from the PDP Laban for speaker on the day that Congress opens session in July, di ba?
Yes.
There will only be one.
That's supposed to be
right. That is,
should be done.
and that's why you're waiting for some guidance.
Yes.
From
I would rather na may tatlo kami, di ba? I would rather na hindi umabot sa punto na kami-kaming mga members magbobotohan within. Medyo mahirap kasi yung situation na ganun.
Yeah, and of course you don't want to vote openly yung everybody sees kung kanino ka bumoto, di ba? You'd rather, if there was something like that, dapat secret balloting, parang
if
ganun.
ever, yeah.
Okay.
Pero better kung it is resolved within the party.
Okay. Of course, there are other aspirants for the speakership. There is reportedly other aspirants or contenders or reportedly interested or sinasabi na gusto daw niya maging speaker. So, Martin Romualdez, although lakas, ang balita tatakbo, tas baka siya yung maging minority leader.
You know, ang isa dito lang, lahat yata ng mga contenders, sinasabi nila they're supportive of the president's legislative agenda.
Right.
Okay. Ano yun? Important point. Kasi ako, gaya ko, I prefer na mag-prevail yung decision ng party kasi yun nga, natural course na the party is supportive of the president's legislative agenda. Pero kung ganun-ganun ng statements nila, na pare-pareho sila na supportive of the
and their
agenda,
actions have shown that, right?
then it kind of opens the door for a selection even outside the
the party. Okay.
Ako as an individual congressman, ang consideration ko yung alignment with the legislative agenda of the party I'm with or the administration I'm with. Second is yung legislative agenda ko. Third is yung benefit ng welfare to my constituency, my district. And fourth, of course, the institution of the House. Sa tingin ko, isa ring importante. Will the candidate for speaker be able to lead 300 members of the House? 300 individual republics yan eh. Kanya-kanyang character yan. Kakayanin ba niyang mamando yung at least the majority? No? Kaya ba niyang maiangat ang image of the House? Malaking bagay din yun. Kasi credibility and integrity of the House rests on how the speaker leads the House. So may ibang factors that comes in. Kaya nga, balikan ko lang yung hinugot ko kanina about the rules on how the speaker is selected na hindi naman binanggit ang partido doon. So sa akin, kung meron man pinagpipilian, ang tinitingnan ko doon yung qualities of those seeking for the position.
And who would live up to those qualities that we should look up? And who would live up to those qualities that we should look up to as standards?
Well, sa ngayon, honestly, hindi ko pa naman ma-judge yung mga individual candidates kasi hindi ko pa naman, some of them, hindi ko pa talaga nakaka-interact with. First time lang yung iba na ma-engage ko ng ganito. So, tignan natin itong time na to between now and July, no? Paano nila mapapakita how they would lead the House.
Rufi, you said that there is a possibility of a candidate from outside the party. No? Well, there is one, si Alan Cayetano, Nationalista Party, NP. He was the president's running mate in 2016. Used to be a congressman. Hindi ko lang...
Hindi kami nagkaabot.
Hindi kayo nagkaabot, okay. But he was congressman, nag-senator, tapos nag-Secretary of Foreign Affairs, parang preeminent cabinet position yan, ano? Tapos ngayon babalik ng Kongreso. At syempre, ang gusto niya, siya maging speaker, di ba? So ang ano bang tingin ng PDP laban kay Alan Cayetano?
Well, he's an outsider. He's not PDP. Siyempre, yung maraming members of the party and even the members of the House, siguro first-time engagement din nila with Senator Alan, Secretary Alan. No? Ako, I've known him from the past, personally naman. Pero kasi yun nga, dahil yan ay botohan ng mga members of the House. So, even yung factors that you mentioned might not play out with the other members. Lalo na yung mga baguhan. So, it's not necessarily kagad na plus factor yun to the members of the House.
I asked this earlier of Bebat Alvarez, kung nabalitaan na niya itong balita lang naman na meron daw ang mangyayari a term sharing arrangement between Lord Alan Velasco and Alan Cayetano. Have you heard of that?
First time ko lang narinig. It's possible. It's been done in other times. Ako, personal opinion ko, maganda sanang hindi magkaroon ng term sharing. na pagka bumoto yung mga members of the House sa simula sa July, no? Yung binoboto nilang speaker, yun yung alam nilang magiging speaker
For the next
until
2 years.
magkaroon ulit ng decision na palitan. We've seen it in the past, di ba? Ito recently nga, si Speaker Alvarez was replaced. Kasi sa akin, yung term sharing, parang it's a circumvention of the essence of the election of the Speaker of the House. Na sinabi nga sa rule, we will elect a Speaker of the House, so siya yung nakaupo. Itong term sharing is an agreement between two individuals. Kasi pag bumoto naman kami, isang pangalan lang naman ang pinagbobotohan namin.
Right.
Diba?
Oo.
Ang binoto ko si candidate A. Si candidate A eh. Hindi ko naman sinabi si candidate A and B.
Yeah, oo. So is it, but and this I asked Bebot earlier, no? I mean, hindi kasi pwedeng dalawa ang PDP laban candidate on the day that Congress opens at magbobotohan kayo ng speaker. Kailangan isa lang, di ba?
Ideally.
Tapos, meron pang ibang kandidato ng ibang partido.
Yeah.
Di ba? So, ano bang mangyari? Anong klaseng scenario kaya? Is it going to be like Lord Alan Velasco versus Alan Cayetano versus Martin Romualdez? Ganun ba? But many times, because what's happened is that you have two candidates for speaker. The second one who gets the lower number of votes becomes minority leader.
And
It's funny,
that breeds
yeah.
another question, no? Kasi itong nakaraan namin, yun ang naging question nga eh. Who comprises the real minority?
Right.
Diba?
Right. Yeah, because Martin himself, lakas is supportive of President Duterte.
Kasi by nature, ako sa paniniwala ko, by nature, yung minority leader the minority should serve as the check and balance of the legislature, no? Within in the internal check and balance. The essence of democracy is merong counter idea. So sa akin, ang idea ko, sana yung maging minority talagang will live up to their role as minority.
Pero kaunti na lang talaga yung opposition, hindi ba, sa lower house. Lalo na dahil, for example, sa party list, iilan na lang party list na militante made it in the last election.
Well, you know, yung first term ko, 2001, I was in the minority. And there were only about 18 of us, or even less pa nga yata. That was a very small group. No? Alam namin, sabi nga ng minority leader namin noon, we're not here to win the votes. We're here for the record. Para mailagay sa record kung ano ba yung opposing idea to the proposition of the majority.
Yeah.
So kami na, alam namin, hindi naman kami mananalo dun sa botohan eh. Kasi yun ang essence ng minority eh. Pero kami yung tagabigay ng opposing view.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's two months before the Congress, the 18th Congress opens, and does it make you uncomfortable that at this time things are not clear? They are as magulo as ever.
May time pa naman for things to settle down. And in fact, tingin ko nga ngayon pa lang yung simula kasi nung campaign ng mga aspirante. No? There's enough time for things to settle down before the SONA.
Okay. Among the candidates sa PDP laban, Lord Alan Velasco, Bebot Alvarez, and Dong Gonzales, who would make the better speaker?
Tough question for me kasi party mates. No? Of course sa akin, naranasan na ni Speaker Alvarez, so he has the experience.
Yeah.
Si Lord naman, I would say na he has the advantage of a connection to the President. So alam mong maganda ang rapport. It will benefit the members of the House.
Yeah. At si Bebot, pero si Bebot kasi na-unseat kasi, hindi ba? May numero pa ba siya? May tao pa ba siya?
Yun ang isang disadvantage. No? Yung experience ng being unseated. But yun nga, sabi ko, yung experience of being in the House,
Yeah. Oh, pero
you can also
the
draw up on
Yeah.
it para magkaroon ng bago, di ba? Na mga panong palakad.
Rufy Biazon, Congressman, Muntinlupa, PDP Laban member. Thank you very much for being with us. Salamat. Thank you. So who is going to be Speaker of the House? That question will be answered on the 4th Monday of July. I'm Pia Ontiveros. This is Politics as Usual.